Okay, the idea of quadratic identities. Now, quadratic identities, we've already seen trig identities this year, you remember. It's a similar sort of thing. The word identity, it's a bit like congruency in geometry. Things that are exactly equal, they're always equal. So if I've got two quadratics that are equal for more than two values of x, then they've got to be the same quadratic. They've got to be exactly equal. Because if you think about two parabolas and intersections, they could miss each other, have no points in common. They might just touch each other, they'd have 1 point in common. But the only other possibility is they'd cut each other, in which case they'd have 2 points in common. As soon as they have more than two values in common, then one must be lying on top of the other. It's the only possibility we've got. So they are absolutely identical or congruent. So in that case, the coefficient of x squared must equal the coefficient of x squared, coefficient of x must equal the coefficient of x, and the constant must equal the constant. So you can equate each piece independently. So all right, we've been told to notice the congruent symbol rather than the equals one, so that's a way of saying these are identical. Another way they might say it is they might simply just use the equal sign, but then say for more than two values of x. So we know how we're going to solve this. We've got to find A, B and C. Could expand out the right-hand side completely and then regroup it. And, let's keep going. There we go. And obviously now I can say, well, the bit in front of the x squared equals the bit in front and so on. So A must be 2 straight away. We can see that one. 4A plus B is negative 7. So I can work out B. That's negative 15. 4A plus 2B plus C is negative 4, but I now know what A and B are. So from that I can work out C is 18, and we have the solution to our problem. Another way I could do it is via substitution. Okay, because I could look at this and say, well, hang on, if x is negative 2, then on the right-hand side, the A term is going to disappear, the B term is going to disappear, so I'll find out what C is straight away. If I sub negative 2 in, I'll get, sure enough, works out to be C is 18. Or I could also look at this and say, well, there's only one thing here that's going to produce an x squared. That's the A. So therefore the A must be 2. I could sub in 0 and come up with that equation. So there's all sorts of ways. You could do a mixture of them like I've done here. I still haven't found a particular one, but I've come up with A plus B. So I'll sub in another number and I get simultaneous equations. So lots of different ways we could work them out, whichever way I guess you feel more comfortable about it. Okay, so that's it. 8i, oh geez, I didn't pick very many.